Anyway, allow me now to introduce you to a lifelong South Florida native who many of you know from her work here in the community. She is a registered nurse practitioner who is growing more recognizable from being a frequent guest on our very own Six in the Mix, along with other local media promoting good health and wellness tips for all ages. Her why is to help educate others. Please welcome, I'm very proud to say this, our very own lovely and talented Kristan Weinstein.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Through the moonlight song.
Thank you all for being here tonight. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be able to share my life experiences and take part in this event. My name is Kristan Weinstein, and like many of you, I wear many hats. I'm a business owner, an adult nurse practitioner who specializes in aesthetic and functional medicine, an athlete, a firefighter, and a cancer survivor. But my biggest accomplishment to date is being a mother to my 3 children. Thank you. If in any way my story can help give someone a little extra strength, a little motivation, or inspire them to make a change in their life, then our time together tonight will all be worth it. We all have our favorite inspirational catchphrases, like, it's not how many times we get knocked down, it's how many times we get up. But for this event, I'd like to share with you my personal mantra that lives through my personal life and into my career, which is live life from the inside out. Let me begin with just a brief history about myself and a little bit of my journey in life so far. From a very early age, I had a competitive spirit that was channeled through competitive gymnastics, and later soccer and softball became my passion. Apparently, I was groomed for fighting before I knew I needed to be. I wasn't interested in college right out of high school, so I decided to give the fire academy a try. Climb ladders, carry hoses, fight fires, why not? Things were moving quickly, and I began to complete my personal checklist in life. In no time at all, I graduated from the Fire Academy with flying colors. Check. Enrolled in college. Check. Accepted to nursing school. Check. Then, my world changed forever. I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism from an obvious mass in the front of my throat. It was recommended that I have it removed. No big deal, very common procedure. We really didn't even give it a second thought. Surgery was scheduled prior to nursing school, and I shouldn't miss a beat. And this is where my story becomes real. What was supposed to be a routine surgical procedure turned into a life-threatening situation with serious implications. It's the big C word that everybody fears. Yes, cancer. No parent wants to be brought into a small room with a box of tissues and told that their 22-year-old daughter has lymphoma. Not when they're waiting to hear how the routine surgery went. My emotions were overwhelming and exhausting. It's a strange thing to realize and accept the potential for mortality at 22 years young. It's just one of those things you ignore. The days tick by and you just expect they'll keep on coming until the unexpected happens. I always imagine myself old, gray, wrinkled, most likely caused by the beautiful family I planned on building. That's the thing about life. It's fragile, precious, and unpredictable. And each day is a gift, not a given right. After the initial shock, my mother looked high and low for doctors. I began seeing several oncologists for opinions and treatment recommendations. It consumed my whole world. Within a few weeks after surgery, I began chemotherapy at Sylvester Cancer Center in Miami. I remember that day like it was yesterday. The anger, the sadness, and the feelings that I lost control. The pain, the nausea, and the weakness throughout my entire body were overwhelming. Several weeks after my first treatment, my hair began to thin, which made me look sicker than I was. When I could no longer brush my hair, my father shaved my head while my mother and my sister watched in awe and disbelief. I cried more that day than any other. For a young woman, the only thing worse than dying is being bald. The treatments continued every 2 weeks for the next 6 months. There are a few things that I believe that cancer did for me that I don't think I could have learned at such a young age. I believe it molded me into who I am today. First and foremost, it taught me how important your support group is. The value of who you surround yourself with is priceless. It was at this moment that I decided to really make a plan, get focused, and live my life to the fullest. I was going to get out of that hospital, and I was going to live up to my potential, and nothing was going to hold me back. I looked in the mirror, and I told myself, you will beat this. During this period in my life, I began to live by the belief that it takes just as much energy to be bitter, angry, sad, jealous, and miserable as it does to be happy, excited, and grateful. We choose our attitudes on a daily basis. I just prefer to spend my energy and strength where I can achieve the best results. I choose to be happy, I choose to be grateful, and I make a conscious effort every day to choose the right attitude. Because negativity is just like cancer. It will eat you from the inside out. It was during my time in and out of the hospital and doctors that I knew I was going to complete my degree. I wanted to share the compassion that I received when I needed it most. And I wanted to help others in their time of need. I wanted to study, learn, and absorb everything I could about the human body. I wanted to understand what caused my cancer, how it could be prevented, how to live a healthy life, and pay it forward. After a long fight, the cancer was gone. I was in remission. It was time to get back to living. I re-entered nursing school and began to have a life again. I studied with an incredible drive and passion, and I valued every day that I woke up. I was well on my way to earning my degree when life threw me another curve after almost 2 years. The cancer was back. Just when you thought you had got past the hardest thing you'd ever have to face, life happened again. I began to have chemotherapy in preparation for a stem cell transplant. Chemo 24 hours a day, and within 2 days of completing my first round of treatments, my hair completely fell out again. The nightmare was back, but I was determined to beat it once and for all, and nothing was going to hold me back. I continued going to school no matter how sick I was. After another long and painful experience, I walked the stage with my graduating class while wearing a long blonde wig and a smile a mile wide. My true graduation was 3 months later, and nobody earned that degree more than I did. One of the many people that helped me during this time was my oncologist, Dr. Donald Temple. He was an amazing doctor and an even better human being. I'll never forget the day that I told him, "Thank you for saving my life." He looked at me and he said, "I just have one request of you. I want you to go out in the world. I want you to tell them your story. Give them hope, inspiration, because you never know whose life you will change by simply sharing your story." And that's why I chose to be here today, because I'm fulfilling that promise. Over the next 10 years, I worked in an open heart surgery unit while completing my nurse practitioner degree. My attitude was, if I'm living, I'm moving forward. I guess this is the point in my journey where I realized my why, my reason for getting up every day, and what I want to leave behind when my time finally does come. In the past, my why has been selfish at times, and others, it's just been to survive. And now, my why is to help and educate others. It's my mission to help my patients, my family, and my friends understand that there's a way we can prevent the dis-ease before the disease takes over. And I want you all to understand that it's not always how we look on the outside, because what I told you earlier is that we live life from the inside out. I would like to leave you all with a few final thoughts. When we think about the story of our lives, we often focus too much on how we will be remembered and how our story will end. But the truth is, we need to focus more on the journey and let the ending write itself. Although it is sometimes easier said than done, you need to wake up and believe that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. You need to surround yourself with positive people that will help you move forward and not people who would drag you down. We like to say at our office that your health is your wealth. You can't always control the things around you, but you should always focus on the things you have the power to control. I challenge all of you to find your why and how to become the best version of yourself each and every day. Thank you, and it's been an honor to speak with you today. Thank you. Thank you.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned up. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll blow my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes.
I love that girl, I tell you. What a fighter and what a fight song. And I mean, she's incredible. I get to work with her on the daily, so, you know, what a woman and what an incredible story. What a family she has. Incredible story of strength and hope. And so now